Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another interesting video. This time working on a Marine ECM. This is a 200 DFI computer. Let me just read the note in here, which I have. Let me just see what it says. Let me put my glasses on. And I don't have the light on the office. Let me know which one is better for you guys. At least it's daylight. It's still outside, so and see what is better for you or not. Yeah, make sure that you cannot read that from there. Well, this is Eric Williams from Texas. This is your computer. It says ProScan tool. It has 5-volt reference to throttle position sensor. Motor turns over but will not start. That motor is a 2001 Mercury Optimax 200 horsepower outboard. I have the serial number, not that it really mattered for not the information. It has a little over 257 hours. Yeah, the computer looks pretty new, but or at least in pretty good shape as far as the outside. But this is a 2001, right? So this is over 24 years old. When the key is turned on, fuel RPM does not prime. With the key on after about 20 seconds, fuel pumps come on and off. Solid alarm comes in continuously until key is turned off. It is not sending information to a SmartCraft gauge, will not communicate with the TechMate. And I can definitely reproduce that. So hopefully, keep an eye on the fuel pump here. Now it's solid. I see says it. I will see because I'm in here and you see it was on and off for like a brief second. Not sure how much you can see from there, but I can definitely hear cycling the key with nothing in there. I mean, nobody's cycling anything, right? So let me take you over to the screen. So we will be doing an attempt to, well, this is the computer connected in there, so you guys and him can see his computer. That is, it's a 2001 and it's a PCM B0101. I'm very familiar with those computers. All right, so let me move you over to the screen. So this is Diacom from Rinda. I use not the TechMate. It's just too limited for what you're paying for that tool to actually be worth it to buy. All right, so let's. I was trying already and I cannot establish communication myself, but I want to do this on the video for him. So I'm going to select the system. So this is the normal way the Rinda or Diacom will open up the software, and you can go on the bottom where it says Mercury boards, double click in there, and 2001 and up, all PCM and ECM 555 are that first one. So I'll just double click on that. That should immediately try to establish communication, and I got everything ready connected in here. This is a little hard sometimes because it's too much stuff in the way. And make sure that this is a little out because it's creating a shadow in there that I don't want. Yeah, but you cannot see that from there. I will have to pull the wires in there, and they're a little tied up to the simulator. But yeah, everything is powers and grounds and communications are there. I also have, and let me put that on the screen. As he mentioned, Eric mentioned is that he has 5-volt reference. So if we see right there, we do have the 5-volt reference. I also have an oscilloscope connected. Right now I have the Mixic, the Ito 5004, which I will be doing more videos with this tool. I really like the tool, but I think the company is actually, I don't know, like not giving you the full potential of what this tool could do. You cannot save the entire waveform, and what I mean about that is you can only save a channel at a time and only whatever is capturing on the screen, and it will be used as a reference only. You cannot use that for measurements or nothing like that, which is, I mean, they have so much more potential. I'm in the conversation with them to see if they improve the software, because this is a very beautiful tool, and it's not that it takes anything away, because for me here, for me to use it here on the lab. Oh my god, 1 second guys, I just pressed the wrong button. Sorry for that. All right, so what I was trying to say is, for me in here, it doesn't really matter, because all I need is that the the oscilloscope. But it will be nice to be able to do what Picoscope in order hand does, which is save the entire waveform, all the channels that you can then come back and analyze, that's what's most important. Using a waveform as a reference, it is good, but at the same time, what if you want to use it later on? I mean, if I do like I do here, repetitive repairs, I like to do use those waveforms as a reference, or if I'm checking a component, I want to save that as a known good and then use it as a reference when I'm comparing to a known bad. But that can be months or weeks or days ahead of time. So yeah, a little limited for what this tool can really do. They lock the app market, so you have no Google Play. Even though it's an Android based version tablet, you cannot download anything that is not on the tool. All right, but yeah, that's a different situation that we're discussing in here. So going back into Eric, yeah, Eric, I can definitely reproduce your concern. I'm going to open the computer, perform the repairs, and then come back with the computer running. Again, you can see definitely here that we have no communication. I'm going to put the meter again so I can turn this off. And you can see immediately how the voltage went low. Right now we have 5 millivolts, not 5 volts. And then when I turn that on, it goes into 5 volts steady. So that is normal. Right now the fuel pump is off. I want you to see that right now because that is completely off. And it will come solid and then it starts cycling and cycling. I'm very familiar with this, and I know that I can repair these computers, no doubt, or this computer, no doubt about it. Okay, now you see the fuel pump came on and it will be starting to cycle and cycling, and that is definitely the problem. I can also show you, because I always like to share this onto the screen. When I turn this off, you can definitely see how the voltage actually that is killed. So let me fix that out. I don't know why that's all this time on this sequence. I have to deactivate and activate the camera. Give me just 1 second, guys. I know that you guys are just seeing me in there, a little bit of black screen, but right now it's live. So when I turn this on, you can see immediately the power coming on. So yeah, the oscilloscope is connected to that same test that I'm doing, right? So all I'm trying to show is as much as of what I'm doing in here with all these computers and all these wires and the spaghetti. It's no other way around, right? So when you're working with different computers and everything, I try to organize as much as I can, but and I think I have done a very good job on that one. But it's impossible to not have always a little bit of a spaghetti, especially with oscilloscopes and multimeters and everything. It's going to be always a little bit of a wires around. All right, guys, stay tuned. I'll be right back with the repair. I already discussed with Eric how much it will cost to repair this computer. He said just go ahead and do it. I just wanted to enjoy my boat again. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I finished the repairs on the computer. I haven't even finished. Well, as you can see, I have it right there. It has his name. He put a sticker with his name on it. All right, so let me see what I will show you. Well, first than anything, let me see if it comes on. And we got the fuel pump prime. Well, actually, no, this is a DFI, so that should stay on. Let me see if we have communication. So let me move it over to the screen. That was the one before. So let's select again. Make sure that we are in the correct one. And we immediately, okay, perfect. That is good. All right. So we have now, it shows everything correctly. Available power. Have to change the temperature. Most likely, yeah, the start coolant is too high. So let me change that. Because otherwise we will have wrong percentage of power, even though nothing is pretty much connected to it. This is already a huge difference on what we have. Let me put the meter in there. We got a 5-volt reference, and that is good. I'm going to try to run it. Let me see what we have here as far as RPMs. Make sure that it's reading. All right, so we start reading RPMs, and that is perfect. All right, so I'm going to now move you. I'm going to keep it low. It doesn't matter. for what we're doing. Let me go up to like 600. I want to move you over now to the microscope capture, which is actually now onto the oscilloscope. Come on. And what I wanted to see there is the actual captures that we have. So let me move the channels. So the blue channel that we have in there is actually the CAN bus, which is good. Let me unplug it. Well, actually, that is, the other one is not the CAN bus. The blue one is actually the tachometer. So let me change the scale onto the blue, onto the yellow, because that's the CAN bus. And I'm gonna have to change the speed, because that is obviously a faster signal. And what we're seeing right now is just a noise in there. Why? Because it's definitely not into a correct speed. But yeah, now we can see how the tachometer signal is very big, and now the CAN bus is in a good speed. If I change this into a lower or a faster capture, we can see how we have the actual RPM and CAN bus, and all is in normal range. All right, Eric, again, this is just a short test to show you that all in your computer is now working as it's supposed to. Let me go back to the display capture, which I have now that. All right, so let me turn this off. We're going to lose the synchronization, which is perfect. We're going to establish communication back again, and it's reading voltage and everything good. So things that I can change, so you can see that I am actually connected to it, which is very important. It's like the temperature. So it's the scanner, in this case, Rinda, right? I come able to read temperature. Is that a live reading? I'm changing right now. You can see how it's now changing the temperature and everything perfectly. All right. So the other thing that I will able to do is if I go into test, yes, I have to stop the communication. We can read the system information, and this is going to populate this engine serial and the specs inside these computers, which we can see all that in there. This is just the normal of what Mercury gives in the system information. This is kind of like the calibration information, right? So the calibration for this computer is A59610-72, and that all the parameters like idle, injector, resistance, and so on that you can read in here. And this has two types of injector, right? It has the direct injector and the fuel injectors, because this uses also an air pump and so on. But those are familiar or they're not familiar with this. This is a direct injection or direct air injection system. That's what this computer is. So, but yeah, everything is good. Let's go back to here, and we're going to run it one more time. And we can see immediately RPMs. So Eric, again, your computer is fully operational. As I told you, I am definitely an expert on these computers. If you have a marine computer, let me turn this off. We're going to lose the communication, but that's okay. We are good. And I will save a file of the diagnostics and everything for him after I'm done with the video. Let me just go now over to the website so I can give myself a little commercial. If you have any marine ECM that you need to send for repairs, look for mysalazardiagnostics.com. Yes, my name is spelled MAIC. In here, this is the landing page, the home page. You have a Y button on the bottom left. Click that button, and that will download a Word document repair order form. And then if you want to send me an email, which I always recommend to please do send me an email first, click on the black button that says clear here to emails. If you scroll down, you have my shipping address and everything in there. If you go all the way down to the page, because there's a lot of information in here for all multiple order repairs and videos and everything in here. But if you scroll down and you reach here, you have all my contact information in there. Oh, actually, I'm not in there. So I'm talking and I'm not showing you that. So, all right. So this is the bottom of the page. You got all my contact information, my email, my telephone number, and the address. At the top of the page, this is what I was telling and didn't show you. This is again the home page, and you have the white box at the bottom that you can click, or the black one. That's the email that will open your email browser. You can send me an email. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Eric, thank you so much for sending your computer for repairs. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.